Guys, welcome back to another episode of Off the Clock with the interns, the soon-to-be #1 podcast in the world. We're making great strides. We now have millions of listeners.
Yeah.
Logan Paul, we are coming for you once again. I'm just kidding.
A million minus about 999,992.
We have more than 8 listeners. We've got to stop this. This is disinformation. It's not okay.
Any disinformation is cut out of the podcast. We speak from experience.
Anyways, guys, how are we doing? A little life update.
Dude,
Aidan?
Aidan.
I moved. So as a lot of you guys know, I have been doing an internship here with these guys for the past several months, and I just moved positions here. So I'm
Not
doing
8 weeks, Zach.
Yeah, not 8 weeks. Zach Hume.
shout out Z Money. But I just moved positions. I'm super thankful to be stepping into a role doing worship stuff for preteen ministry, a ministry that I've been involved in for the past several years. And so yeah, I'm super excited about that. So
he's still an intern.
yes,
He is,
I'm still technically an
He's
intern.
now on the other side of the building.
On the other side
and
of the
it's just
building.
grand.
I really want to get a one wheel so I can like move between
Dude,
the
please
places.
do.
Hey, we're
But
gonna
that's a
start
lot
a
of money.
Patreon just for just
get a
for
one
Go
wheel.
fund me for Aiden's one wheel,
Yes.
please.
But yeah, so I just started that this week, and I'm super excited to be stepping into that. So
That's
yeah,
awesome, man.
been
Congratulations, too. 'cause
Yes, congrats.
y'all who don't go here don't know Aidan, he has been doing that preteen gig for years and
Yeah.
just like absolutely pulled their worship up and like rebuilt it, and it's crazy. But yeah, so that's
he's got
awesome.
a whole team rolling there now.
Yep. So
Somewhat,
major
so.
congrats,
Dude,
Grant.
these two gentlemen,
Oh,
Ian and Grant, are in there with me next
Yeah.
week.
Yeah,
possibly.
we are.
fingers crossed. We'll see.
Yes.
We are.
Yeah,
Yes.
Grant, how are you?
I'm good.
What's summer looking like for you, dude?
I'm about to go to New York. I leave.
that's so sick.
I'm going to go see Hamilton, MJ, and The Lion King on Broadway.
Dude,
I'm so
Nice.
hyped. It's my senior trip gift, so I absolutely adore my family.
that's super awesome.
They
man.
gifted me with that, so I'm so fortunate. So yeah, that's kind of what's on the agenda for me. But yeah, working here, getting ready for our next, summer, our summer projects, and just working and having fun with these guys.
Absolutely.
Ian, what's going on in your world?
I mean, same as you from the standpoint, like working here, working on all the summer projects we got going on, our summer night services, shooting some videos, all that fun stuff. And
You
then
got a job recently.
I
didn't you,
did.
Ian?
I got a second job and kind of a third job, but that's not like teaching drum lessons is one of them. So that's not really an actual job. It's like very brief, but
It's a fake
Hey,
job.
it's a job.
It
That's
is
fair.
a job.
I teach
But-
some guitar lessons.
But I'm going to be working for a landscaping group. So I now have, I guess, technically speaking, if we're being very literal, 3 jobs. So on that,
Is that
grind.
Zach Hume himself?
It is Zach. Wait,
Zach.
Bye, Zach. Zach. Yes.
Give us
say hi.
give us something for the pod.
Yeah, take it.
Man, what's up, everybody?
This is Zach, who thought we worked here for 8 weeks when we worked here for like 20.
Zach.
It turns out that you don't have to be good at math to be a pastor. And, listen, I love you guys so much. It's just time flies when you're having fun. you know?
Time goes fly when you're having fun.
Okay, Zach. Hot topic.
All right, what's the topic today?
Well, it's not. But waffles or pancakes?
Waffles.
Okay, good call.
Why?
I'm with you.
Why?
Why?
Have you been to Waffle House?
Yes.
No, just as a food, not as a place, as a food.
No, here's the thing. Food is designed to be experienced. It's not supposed to see. And
that's deep.
It's a thing. Listen, I listened to this chef talk about it once. It was crazy. That around the world, food is like a relational experience, and in the West, we're like, let me just slam down like a fast food whatever and get on to the next thing. And if you compare the experience of IHOP and Waffle House, there is no comparison. So Waffles all
That's
the
actually
way.
very true.
I vibe with that.
Yeah.
Wow,
Waffles all
that
the
was
way.
deep.
Dude.
I like that take.
I listen every week, and I always want to engage with you guys in the hot topic section. So thank you for making a dream come
Hey,
true.
Awesome.
#1 podcast in America. Let's go.
Go. Bye,
Bye, Zach.
Zach.
Yes, sir.
I love that.
That's one of the best human beings in the world right there, guys.
Yeah.
Wow. There it
Yeah.
was, Aiden.
There it was.
There it was.
All right, so
Where were we?
joining us in the studio today
Once
is a
again.
previous guest of the podcast, guitarist, arranger,
No.
creative.
No. Don't start that.
It's Hunter Tisdale. You know who he is. Hunter, so good to be with you today. How
It's
are you
great
doing?
to be here. I'm doing quite well. Quite all right.
amazing. Hunter is here on summer break, which is amazing because he gets to play guitar with me
Yep,
every
we
single week.
just played today with him. I was on bass guitar, which is something I don't get to do very often, which was really fun. So
Yeah,
Sounds great day.
we love having Hunter here.
All right, Grant, I think you had a question.
Okay, so I
for
kind
us?
of so Spencer said this the other day. Spencer Garland, our boss, and who will be on the pod someday. But he said this the other day.
Someday, we promise.
Someday. He had a child recently, so he's a bit
did.
preoccupied. So shout out to William. So he said this the other day. He said, "Guys, your podcast is basically Seinfeld," and I want y'all's opinions on that. Are we Seinfeld? Are we the podcast version of Seinfeld, and why?
Yes. And
Explain
and no.
Explain what you guys are
I
Seinfeld.
feel like
means
from
to
the
you.
like-
Seinfeld.
Wow, that is, you need to watch Seinfeld. It is
So
amazing.
I've been told.
From like the who are we, like from like comparison, is Grant George or Jerry? Am I George? Is Aidan Kramer? Like from that standpoint, like I don't think so.
Nah,
I
Tippy's
would agree with
Kramer.
that.
Yeah, I don't think that's accurate. But from like the
No,
same
yeah.
standpoint of like just us running our mouths and like saying stuff, people watched Seinfeld because it was entertaining. It was all these people like just doing nothing, living life together. It was like really normal. And then like us getting on here and talking, it's just us like basically having a normal everyday conversation. Like if y'all could hear the conversations we have here at work, they are identical
They
to
are
what happens on this podcast.
They are
Yep.
Like
completely
it's the
identical.
same thing. Nothing changes.
We've gotten so many comments like, "Oh, the pod is not just the pod. Like it's
It's
24/7, right?"
Yeah.
And we're always like, "Yeah."
So I think from that standpoint, I think that's kind of what Spencer was saying, and I think I don't
Yeah.
know.
I would agree with that, man. I think it's I don't know how we created the atmosphere that we have. I guess we were just like meant to do this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're so good at this, guys. It's amazing.
it is natural.
There
though.
there have been highs and lows. I would say like week 3 of this, I had a that too.
that was a low.
That too.
It was
That
like
was
a
a
high
low.
for us, but a low for all of our
we will
listeners.
fully admit that episode was subpar.
Yep.
At best.
Yeah, there have been conversations I've had like with people that I know, and I had one with Ian, I think, where I was like, man, this is really hard. Like this is like really difficult to come up with super cool, what we think is super cool content for you guys. You guys can let us know if it's super cool or not. Yeah, so it's just been so great doing this with these guys and creating the atmosphere that we've created almost by accident. So yeah, I would
Literally by
agree that it's
accident.
kind of like so yeah.
100%.
I think something about Seinfeld is that it's like kind of about nothing, you know?
Yes,
like
exactly.
Seinfeld
The whole
is about
show.
nothing, and like they discuss topics and like funny things, but like it has
That
no
really have
it has
no
no
bearing
purpose.
on
It just
exactly.
is, and that's exactly what Off the Clock with the interns
Yeah.
is.
100%.
Absolutely.
And
So-
I am here for it. I take that as a high compliment from Spencer,
Yeah, no, I agree.
personally.
I remembered that when we were talking about the pod today. I was like, I want to hear y'all's thoughts on that.
Right.
So, anyway.
Yeah.
But Ian, I think
Well,
you
and
have.
speaking of Spencer,
Speaking of Spencer,
Spencer has given us our questions for today. So the first question that he gave us is art versus productivity. Do you feel like it's okay to pursue what you love, even if it's not directly productive?
okay, so I think there's levels to this.
I agree.
There are ways that you can say, okay, obviously y'all know my interest is music. There are ways you can say music
Right.
is not productive, but in a way it is, because it's good for your mind, it's good for your soul, it kind of calms you down, it brings other people happiness, it makes you laugh, it brings people together, all those things. So in that area I would say yes, but if your hobby is like, I don't know, making oatmeal or I don't know,
That is really productive.
painting
I
a
love oatmeal.
painting a
Oatmeal's so
singular
There's no hate on oatmeal.
painting a singular
Raisins
floor tile
or
over and
peanut
over and over
butter?
again, or like something like that.
Raisins.
Like I don't know,
Raisins.
it kind of goes whatever way. I'd say whatever you love, pursue it, as long as you don't interfere with your
As long as you
well-being.
don't suck.
So I'm curious, what do you define as productivity?
Yeah, that's what my question.
That is a great question, because I think what's productive to one person
Can be
is not productive.
Not
Like I can
Exactly,
tell you for
yeah,
a
yeah.
fact, what is productive to me is not always productive to my mother. Like for instance, when I have clothes all over my room, this literally happened yesterday, and I am sitting on my bed, just plucking around on my guitar. She's like, "Why are you just like noodling? Like get these clothes put up so you can then like do the other stuff you want and need to do." And I'm like, "No,
Exactly.
but this is productive. I'm doing something I want to do right now." But
Yeah.
she's like, "No, you need to put your laundry up."
Did you just say noodling?
Yeah,
No, it's a term.
Yeah.
What does it
Yeah.
mean?
It's literally like you're just like making like just playing with no
Yeah.
like with
No
no
goal.
goal.
With no-
It's like with
okay.
no
With
goal,
no point.
no
In-
musical
in the-
goal.
You
Okay,
use
in
no
the
brain
context of music.
power. Like your
I thought you
brain
were talking
just
about
shuts
laundry.
off.
People-
and you
I
just
thought you were
People-
talking about laundry, and I was like, how do you noodle laundry?
Musicians that
I do.
musicians that are really
Ian
good at
finds a way.
noodling. Musicians that are really good at noodling are always like really impressive because usually all of us in this room can attest. If somebody asks you to play something, you immediately forget all knowledge of like,
Oh
how
my
to play
gosh,
music.
it's so
You know,
true.
you
I
forget
feel like
everything.
an idiot every time someone
Yeah.
asks me.
Absolutely. But then, like in the practice room, or just when you're just shedding by yourself, it's like, oh my gosh.
Wait, I'm sorry. Did you say shedding?
He did say shedding.
It's a term pretty much just used for grind it out in the practice room. Or
Got
Okay.
you. Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, that's
Gotcha.
interesting because I.
Guys, we're
Had
learning
never heard
all
that.
sorts of new words today.
Yeah, we are.
So when you're in that situation and you're practicing, it's kind of like, I mean, sometimes there are moments where like, I can't play this. I literally suck at everything. But there's other moments where you're like, I am literally a superhero. I can play anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So there's always
sure.
those high and lows. But I would say like the definition of productivity in a general artistic sense, if you think it's bettering yourself and if you enjoy it, I'd say count it as productive for yourself. So like, if you like stacking rolls of toilet paper on a cabinet,
What?
Dude, you do you,
maybe
man.
that's you do you, man.
What?
You know?
I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I'm not sure
In
about that one,
fact,
Chief.
I'm not sure that anyone does enjoy that. If you do, I'm not judging you. But
Have you ever seen like the
I'm scared
the
of you.
coupon show, Extreme Cheap or no, like the coupon monster show where people like are obsessed about coupons and just like buy anything that's on sale? Like,
oh,
that's
what are we
their
talking
hobby.
like
about right
they're
now?
super like they're super conservative with their money.
Yeah.
So they yes, I know. what you're
Yeah,
talking
like
about,
so I just kind of threw off a random example, but like if that's what you like, man, cool, dude. Go crazy at it. Save that money, dog.
But I think there's another thing to productivity, which is what you're doing like bettering you so you can then better yourself in some way.
I feel like this is more of are you being efficiently productive,
Right.
more than just being productive.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like the like does productive mean that you just enjoy something or you enjoy something but it also will help you out in life?
So
in the
I think
future?
we're touching on two types of productivity here. I think like there's productivity of self and then productivity of like the world and others. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Like you're productive so other people can continue to function,
Right.
and then you're productive so you can grow as a person. I think like there's a base level of productivity that is kind of the productivity of others. Like if your mother really wants you to do your laundry, you do your laundry, and that's not your own productivity, but that's productive for like others.
Right.
And then if you
Right.
want to shed on guitar and get better, right? That's not productive for others, but that's kind of like the secondary. I want to be productive for myself. I don't know.
Absolutely.
I think
To
that's
be
fair.
fair, taking laundry is productive towards others and yourself. Because
Yeah,
That's true.
Well, it
That's
does
true.
You're
teach
bettering your
There-
relationships.
It's like a Venn diagram.
it
Like,
does also
there's
teach
a
you that you
middle
need
area.
to like take care of yourself. Teach
Right.
you how to take care of
Very
yourself
true.
Right.
Very true.
Which you have to do that to be productive at anything else.
and to move out of your house eventually.
Yep. Life is not just shedding, sadly.
That's what this episode is being called, is
shedding.
shedding.
Shedding. I love that. Okay, that's the
I
title.
love that.
I love that.
That is amazing. So kind of as a follow-up to the first question, when do you abandon a project that you're working on?
Never.
No, wrong.
Wait.
Completely
Whoa.
wrong.
Listen. No, we need to define abandon here. I think like there are times that you just need to leave a project be, but I don't think you should ever like fully abandon a project that you think is lost because I think there's always value in it.
I completely disagree.
I
I don't know that
actually-
you should ever abandon the idea of it or what
Maybe
happened
that's
during
more what
That-
I'm touching
because
at.
because
Yep.
the experience you go through making that project is invaluable.
Right.
And if you just ignore that, you're not going to grow as much.
There are countless. I probably have 50 notes on my phone of like choruses or a verse to a song that I will never use. But
Me too.
But there are times that I will just scroll back through my notes and I'll reopen something and I'll start working on it and it'll become a full song.
Right.
So I think I agree with the abandoning. There are times that you need to just like be like, I'm done with this. And if you come back to it, that's great.
Yeah.
And if you don't, that is also
I
fine.
would say I have recorded hundreds and hundreds of songs and tracks and ideas and with whether I'm working with MIDI, which is like making music with a keyboard and a computer, or whether I'm recording live instruments. And while it is true that every one of those projects teaches me something, I think every project that I make, I get better and better and better at my craft.
You don't have to keep all of them.
Yes, but there are so many that I do, and either maybe I was feeling so good, like I was feeling the creative juices flowing as I was making it, and I was thinking, oh, this is so good. And then the next day comes in and I listen to it and it just sounds awful.
Yep.
So I just delete it. And that's not to say that it was worth nothing, but it just doesn't sound good. So I just delete it. And there's also times where you end up trying to force things. So you have maybe one good idea or one good thing that you have, and you try to force some more things to come out of that.
That's what I'm really bad at.
That is also bad, because I also end up scrapping those a lot. But it's also like, hold on to that good idea you have. Hold on to the good parts of the project. Hold on to what you learned because of that. But you don't need to keep everything. I think there's any musician or producer or even artist or singer or whatever, dancer, whatever it is that you do. If you're a chef, sometimes you make things that just are awful and you just throw them away and you're like, oh, I just wasted $20, but it's fine. So
a lot of times I feel like abandoning a project also has a lot to do with the people around you and getting input on it.
Yeah.
Especially with music, because I know I find myself sometimes getting in like a hole of creating like similar sounding stuff and whatnot. Yeah. And I have to I make a conscious decision to make sure I go and get people's like opinions on it.
Absolutely.
And feedback, so that they can be like, dude, you're just doing the same thing over and over again and you're not like broadening.
I mean, that's why when I write a song, I immediately send it to Aidan. He takes it. He's like, oh, this is cool. Then Aidan and I sit down. It's like, hey, well, let's do like a scratch and let's see what happens here. Aidan's like, what if we did this here, and then I send that to Hunter, and Hunter's like, what if we do this guitar part, and then like we all kind of come together. So that's why I feel like there's a process to that. So you're getting, so it's not all the same thing.
I will say I have you guys have probably heard me talk about this. You four, Hunter, Ian, and Grant sitting in this room. You probably heard me talk about this. But when I am specifically producing, mixing, when I'm a session musician on a track, when I'm playing, I will have levels when I write a song, whatever it is. I will have levels to who I send that song to for 100% feedback. Yeah. So the first person I usually send it to is like Ian or somebody like Ian or Hunter, where I'm like, hey, I'm working on this. What do you think about it? And that's a lot of times that's like a really rough track where it's just kind of the guts of an idea.
Like it sucks, but it's just the idea you're listening to, not the track itself.
Exactly. So I do that, and then maybe next level I'll send it to Spencer or Hunter or like one of my other friends. And so like that, I'll kind of, sometimes those ideas are more rough too, but a lot of times they're more put together. The mix is farther along. I'm kind of like more together on the project. And then I have a few like pro musician and producer friends that I only send like final mixes of a song or final drafts of stuff or final song takes that I send to for critiques. Because number one, I don't want to make myself look bad in front of those like really, really good producers or engineers. And number two, I don't want to waste their time,
Yeah.
Because they do this. And but I'm super fortunate to have the close relationship with like Ian and Hunter and Spencer and several other friends where I can just like send them a track that's literally kind of like awful, and they can be like, I like this, I don't like this, explore this, just to kind of get critiques and feedback on my stuff to change.
Right. Okay, wait. We just like so far strayed from the abandoning a project.
I was just about to say, have you ever had someone actually like straight up tell you to abandon a project?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yes.
I feel like you have.
Yeah, I have.
Yes.
Well, I just think like there's some times that it's not abandonment. It's like, hey, the timing's not right. Like sometimes you
like the drums in time. The timing was off.
I'm
sure.
Sorry. Go ahead.
There
Grant.
were way too many like time. Never mind.
Hey, we gotta save it for the interview episode. I think there's times that you need to wait on a track or wait on a project that you're doing and just let it sit almost. Like, I think there's something to be said. And I do think like there are some projects you need to abandon, but the ideas or like the concepts sometimes like need to be not necessarily abandon. Stop, but like
it gets really stale after a while. And I know, I know for me, especially if I'm working on a project, my ear almost gets like,
right.
My ear just kind of stops working. For
Taking time to rest your ear is super important.
Or I just finished a wedding video the other day, and like what I do anytime I edit a video, I just set it aside for at least 24 hours. Like because I'm so exhausted from doing like listening to the same song over and over again, seeing the same cuts over and over again, that I just need to close it and see it with fresh eyes. And sometimes that needs to happen with quote unquote abandoned projects. Like sometimes you need to, like, you're kind of burnt out on a project and you just set it aside. And that's why I'm not a huge fan of deleting stuff, because sometimes you go back and look at stuff and you're like, oh, well, this little part was cool.
Because there's ideas. It's like, for me, almost lyrics and music are almost like not on the same thing. Like I almost will never delete lyrics. Like I will keep those lyrics and just have them. Like I have a whole notebook just filled with lyrics, most of which, like, 90% of which I will never use. But then like tracks, like I'll go back and listen to stuff and I'll just be like, this is dumb. Like I'm deleting that. But like, I don't know. So for me, like the lyrics and the music is almost a little bit different, because like the music at times I'm just like, I can delete this, I don't need this. But like the lyrics I'm keeping, because that's how I was feeling, and that's me expressing how I was feeling.
So y'all know the song Wagon Wheel? Like,
yes.
No.
Like the rock me mama like
I know. Yeah, that one.
I know the song.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Yeah, y'all should. For you listening at home, it's a song. But so Bob Dylan wrote that lyric, and he did not do anything with it. He just wrote it, and it was like he left it in a notebook or something, or like maybe it was a track that he just scrapped. Like it was abandoned by him. But if he had completely deleted that track, the people who found it later and made it into a great song, like it's now a popular song that people know. So that's also something too. Like you never know.
But that's still technically, thinking about it though, that is kind of abandoning it though, because you're just like, it's done.
Yeah, maybe like
I think there's a difference between abandoning and just straight up like removing from the world.
Yeah.
Right.
I do that sometimes.
Maybe that's like what I'm trying to get at, is like you shouldn't completely delete and get rid of everything, because some things like something like some words, holy moly, please cut all of that out. Sometimes people will find things, or sometimes other people will use things that you didn't even see coming, or some people will have ideas that you didn't have, and like that's the beauty of it.
That is another, we can kind of start wrapping up this discussion here in a second, but that's another reason why I cannot stress enough like sending your stuff to other people and getting feedback. I wrote a song a little while back called Someday, and
it's really good.
Showed it to Spencer, and he completely like reframed my ideas of the song. Like he gave me super good songwriting and lyrical writing feedback that kind of like, I went home and I completely rewrote the song, and so that wouldn't have happened if I hadn't shown the song to Spencer. But you guys probably won't ever hear that song.
I don't know. It's fine, Aidan. I've always got a new song for you to work on. I think like once a week at least I send Aidan. I'm like, oh, here's a chorus. What do you think about this?
Yep.
And Aidan, like every time, is just like, oh, that could be cool. That could be cool. Like I'm just like, dude, what a G. Just like not being like, dude, you've got to stop. This is horrible.
Yeah, facts.
Because
that kind of touches on like encouragement and optimism, and like
absolutely
in creativity and in the music industry is what y'all are talking about. But like, if you don't encourage someone and if you discourage someone, like they're not gonna grow, or they're not gonna get better.
Okay, so I feel like the final verdict that we have come to is don't just completely delete, or actually, but I don't agree with that, because sometimes you do need to just delete something.
Yeah.
When?
Yeah. Like when is it like,
when
man,
would you ever
I should delete this?
When you record a song, and you recorded all the guitar parts to the song in the wrong key. Which I did.
But then you're just going to delete the guitar tracks, not the whole project.
No, I exported the song and shared the song with people like that.
Okay, but that's not like...
Well, now you can't delete it.
If any of you, if I sent any of you that song and you know what I'm talking about,
I do.
Please call me or text me or something. Thank you for telling me that it was good, because it was not. And I appreciate the encouragement.
Be truthful always.
So when do you lie to somebody and when do you tell them it sucks?
That's a question for
honestly,
Spencer Garland.
I didn't even register that when you sent that to me, because like I was just like, oh, this is so cool that Aidan
it's
did
not
this.
lying. It's positive
Like
reinforcement.
I was dead serious, and then you like showed me what, I don't know, a year and a half ago. You're like, they're in the wrong key, and I was like, oh frick, they were. That's what was wrong with the track.
Felt weird, didn't it?
It did. But like,
I remember it feeling weird when I made it, but I just was like, oh, I'm playing the right guitar parts. It's what YouTube told me to do. This was years ago, by the way.
Ian on Sunday mornings, hey, that's what Wesley did.
I promise I'm a pro. Not really.
So, final
Wrap
verdict.
it up.
We should sometimes abandon projects, but also it's not always good to delete them off the face of the planet.
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
All right.
Good talk.
Spencer, hopefully that answers your question.
The most
We love you, Spencer.
indecisive.
It's
There's
a great
really
answer.
not like a black
it's a
or
great
white
answer.
answer.
Ladies
Do
and
whatever you
gentlemen,
want.
Grant Crenshaw.
I'm so indecisive, guys. It's
So,
bad.
yes, sometimes you should abandon projects, but you should never, like,
Don't abandon ideas.
exactly.
Yep.
Guys, I have a fun question. Do you sleep on your stomach, back, or side, and which is superior?
Stomach. Stomach is so superior.
Why?
I disagree.
Well, I don't know.
Aidan,
I just
what
think
side do
the
you sleep
stomach
on?
is the most
Okay, so
comfortable.
I sleep on my side, and the advantage is, it's more comfortable than the alternatives. So that's
How
my
is it
argument.
more
I have-
comfortable than
I-
sleeping on your stomach,
I actually,
This is a completely objective
I
question.
do.
dude.
Well, how are you gonna like look?
I'm just kidding. It's definitely
though?
superior.
How are you going to look?
No,
What
like,
are you talking
are you saying
about?
to put like your mouth and your eyes into a pillow on your
You
stomach?
turn your head.
Your head to the side.
No, then you're
Yes!
moving. Then you're moving your neck in awkward and weird angles. That's literally awful.
So,
Okay,
it's
I
the
will
most
say
comfortable.
side is by far the easiest to actually use your phone.
That is facts.
It's honestly pretty comfortable.
Yeah.
That is also
The
facts.
best all around.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
One side is on the bed. One side is covered by covers, which is pretty balanced.
Yeah, you
Okay.
can get more ventilation too if you want it.
Yes, exactly. You,
He just
it's
said you
it's versatile. This
Yeah,
is a
you
versatile.
just lost, big dog. Ventilation.
This is a
just
versatile,
lost.
sleeping position.
You sleep in
Hunter,
an
keep going.
airtight.
Keep going. Keep
It's a
going.
versatile sleeping position. And if you have scoliosis, it's the only comfortable way to sleep.
Hunter wins.
Think about it.
Thank you.
Hunter wins.
Okay, also think about it like this. So let's say
gosh.
you take a nap, right? And maybe you take a nap, but you're not really sleeping. You're just kind of laying down. Maybe you're watching some
So
Netflix
you're
on your
resting.
phone. Yeah, you're just resting. You're not going to be on your stomach, just like
No.
scrolling the Instagram
I
or
might.
watching a TV show, just like
I
lightheartedly. You're going to be on your side, kind of chill. Maybe you'll prop yourself up a little bit because you can do that on your side.
Speak for
Very,
yourself.
very versatile sleeping position, as Mr. Hunter said. So yeah, it really is the
Also,
the correct position.
Versatile-
Side is also the easiest to transition to other sleeping positions. from.
Exactly.
Oh my
Right,
gosh,
right.
man.
I
Hunter
don't
is going off
disagree-
right now.
I don't disagree that the side position is the most versatile,
I think it's the best.
I think so.
but
too.
All
stomach
around.
is my favorite
So y'all want to know?
because
Fun
I
fact
get
about
like I
Grant?
can wrap I can like pull my blanket or comforter like over me
But-
and get it as tight as possible.
But don't you think, like, if you move that,
And I wanna sleep
If you
in a
turn
very-
180 degrees the other way,
Now
then
you're just
then
trapped.
now you have no covers on you at all because you
Oh,
rolled
yeah,
them off of.
actually.
What? What?
Also, whenever I lay on my
Also,
my
what
front,
is a cylinder?
when I lay on my
What?
front and I try turning like around to get like to a different sleeping position or to move to look at my phone, I always end up like in a really uncomfortable place with my sheets. Like they're just wrapped around me in an
That
uncomfortable
seems
way.
like a you problem.
Maybe it is because I'm just so tall and like everything is just like really cumbersome. I don't know.
Wait,
And my limbs get tangled up in sheets.
I like
don't
shedding,
know.
but cumbersome is kind of funnier.
it's definitely it's a
That's
it's
the
a
word of the
high tiered
day.
word.
That's the
sure.
word of the day by far.
All right.
So when I was like a baby, I had like stomach problems and like I would cry all the time. Now listen, we're going somewhere. And I as a baby had to sleep on my stomach. Babies are not supposed to sleep on their stomachs, but I could only sleep on my stomach. And to this day, I can only sleep on my stomach or like my side. I've tried for years to sleep on my back, and I cannot.
Okay.
When I go to sleep, I'm on my stomach. When I get in my bed, I start out on my side. Then when I'm like ready to actually go to sleep,
What?
when I get my bed, I start out on my side, and then when I am ready to go to sleep, like put the phone down, like done scrolling Instagram or watching TikTok or Netflix, like whatever, put the phone down, and it is now time to go to sleep on my stomach, not on my side.
Okay, so this is just kind of a side note. I know that you stick your head out to the side, but when you guys say just sleeping on your stomach, I just imagine a flat plank and your head is just like in a pillow.
You have to get one of those airplane pillows that has like the hole in it. Yeah.
Like a beach chair.
Oh my gosh, man.
But yeah, so overall, Ian is different, and we are all
Right.
What? Grant literally agrees with me.
No, I agree with Hunter that the side
he was
is
a troubled child. What are you talking about?
I agreed with Hunter too that the side is like the best technical sleeping position.
I'm just kidding,
I literally
Grant. I love
agreed
you.
with that.
Thanks.
I don't
Thanks,
understand.
guys.
I had some troubles as a child too.
I agree with Hunter
I was loud and
objectively,
annoying.
but subjectively, I prefer the stomach.
Okay, I
All
can
right.
accept that.
Vibe.
That's a vibe.
Dude, sleeping on your side is the ultimate
Sleeping on your
vibe.
stomach is a vibe. That's all I'm saying.
Sleeping on your
Vibe.
side is the tactical way to do it.
Yeah, if somebody comes in like tries to hurt you, you can just
Yeah, I can just grab my really
my arms whipped out in a defensive position.
Okay. So, here's a hard transition cuz I know how much our listeners love that. Birthdays. Do you like them? Do you not like them? Are birthdays pointless? Like, I don't know. How do y'all feel about birthdays?
Oh, well, I mean, getting money is pretty cool.
That's a good reason.
You know,
It's a
like,
solid point.
not to sound shallow, but kind of to sound shallow. You know, like it's pretty cool, right?
Right.
You know,
I
And
kind of actually.
I will say, like, as a little kid, like, you get all these, like, stupid presents, you know, that you play with for 5 minutes, and then it's like,
Lego sets.
man.
Oh yeah.
Legos,
Yo.
I
Lego
think those
lasts
are-
Lego is
forever.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Legos
There's
are
no hate on
incredible.
Lego.
I will say, like, you know, stupid toys that you get, and you're like, I want this so bad, and it's like, man, after 5 minutes, it's over. I kind of wish that as a child, I was more mature, so I could be like, man, I would love this new compressor. You know,
That's
Just
me
start
now.
as a
building.
little
I
your-
child.
really need this pedal.
yeah.
Just
the
start
last
building
thing,
your music
but, I
studio
mean,
when you're like 5.
I think it's shifting from kind of the personal standpoint. I mean, it's great to celebrate when your friends and family, you know, exist, right? You know, because
Right.
like we're grateful for the people in our life, and you know, celebrating them, giving them a special day, is always very nice, and I like that. So yeah,
Right.
Yeah,
I'm pro birthday.
I think there's an aspect of birthdays that it's about honoring the person, you know. But
Yeah.
I'm also I'm a person who hates being at the center of attention. Surprise, surprise. So I know y'all couldn't have guessed that, but like I don't
No.
like even at my grad party, like I was so uncomfortable the entire time because I knew like people were there because of me. I don't like that at birthdays either. Like when people are like all about me, I don't like that at all. There are some people who are
Yeah,
the
it's
complete
definitely
opposite.
kind of weird
Yeah.
having like a bunch of people. It's like they're there for you. It's like it's kind of pressure. Honestly, it's like, wow, all these people are here.
Right.
Or like these.
I feel like
Dang,
I feel
I am
like,
so awesome.
I feel like birth,
no, just kidding.
I feel like calling it a birthday is such like a I don't know. I feel like it shouldn't be called birthday celebration because
What should it be
let's
called?
be real.
Called?
No one
you
there.
didn't die for another year. Congratulations.
No, well, no one like I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm not at birthdays to celebrate the day they were born.
Right, you're there to celebrate the person.
Yeah, I'm there to celebrate like
and
my
that
relationships
they've been
with
here
them
and they're a
like,
part of
Well,
your life.
like
Yeah.
the birthday is the shortkaut to actually accomplishing that.
right.
Right.
Like, what are you
So
gonna
it's
say?
that-
Is it gonna be like there's an International Hunter Day, there's an International Ian Day? There's
Right.
a-
I think the birthday is a good day to like make everybody like the idea is to like have one day where everybody like it's about them, they feel special on that day.
Yeah.
So I think it's like a good idea. But at the same time, it can go overboard sometimes, or it can like kind of be cruddy.
dude, birthday week. If you're a birthday week person,
Please no.
then like
I had people like that in my class.
we can have a talk.
Guys, thank you for joining us for yet another hectic episode of Off the Clock. It's been a party, as always.
Facts.
Grant, Aidan, Hunter, thank you guys for being here
Yeah,
and taking some
course.
time out of your day.
Hunter, thanks for joining
Anytime.
us.
Thanks for having me.
Of course.
Of course, anytime.
All right. We will see y'all next week.
Peace.
Vibes.
Yes, sir.
Guys, thank you for checking out our YouTube channel. If you want to watch our last video or keep up with our latest podcast, click right up here. And if you want to subscribe to Off the Clock YouTube, click right down there. Hit the bell if you want to get any notifications, and we'll see you guys next time.